Did you get a chance to work through our practice problems on Google Colab and math operators? If you did, great. If not, we're here to solve the problems together. If you want to check out the notebook, it's linked in the description. Alright, let's jump into problem 1. In this problem, we're shopping for a birthday party. We buy 3 packs of balloons at $4 each, 2 cakes at $12 each, and a pack of streamers for $6. Also, we have a $5 coupon. We need to calculate and print the total cost before the coupon, after the coupon, and the cost per guest for 8 people. The key thing to notice here is that we need to print 3 separate values from a single cell, which means we'll need to use the print function 3 times. Let's start by calculating the total before the coupon is applied. For each item we buy more than one of, we multiply the quantity by the price. For the balloons, which are 3 packs at $4 each, we write 3 times 4. And for the cakes, which are 2 at $12 each, we add 2 times 12. Then we add the flat $6 for the streamers. To display the result, we wrap the whole thing in the print function. For the total after the coupon is applied, we can reuse the same expression and subtract 5 at the end. And for the cost per guest, we can use that post-coupon total and divide by 8. Since we're adding and subtracting before dividing, we wrap this part in parentheses first, which tells Python to evaluate the addition and subtraction before the division. Running the cell, we get 42, 37, and 4.625. So the party costs us $42 before the coupon, $37 after, and split 8 ways, that's $4.63 per person. Great! Using the print function allows us to output multiple results in the same cell. Without it, we'd only see the last result. Okay, let's move on to problem 2. Here, we're calculating the area of a square photo backdrop that's 7 feet on each side. We also need to add a comment above the calculation. To find the area of a square, we multiply the side by itself, or in other words, we raise the side length to the power of 2. In Python, we do that with the double star operator. So the area of a 7-foot backdrop is 7 double star 2. To describe what this line does, we write a comment above it. Running the cell, we get 49. The comment sitting above our code is ignored by Python, but it's helpful for anyone reading the notebook later, including ourselves. Also, notice that we didn't use print to display the output. Since there's only one line in the cell, it's up to you whether or not to use the print function. Just keep in mind that the auto-display behavior is specific to notebooks like this. So if you ever run Python outside of a notebook, you need to use the print statement to see its output. Great, let's finish up with problem 3. For this problem, we're packing 50 cupcakes into boxes that hold 6 cupcakes each. We need to figure out how many full boxes we can fill and how many cupcakes are left over. We also need to add a text cell with the heading Packing Cupcakes above our code. Let's start with the text cell. We hover over the top of the code cell until the plus text button appears, and then we click it. Inside it, we type a single hashtag, packing cupcakes. The single hashtag here is Markdown, and it makes our text into a heading. If you want to learn more about Markdown syntax, we left a link to some documentation in the description. Now for the code. To find how many full boxes we'll have, we can use floor division. That gives us how many times 50 can be evenly divided by 6, ignoring any remainder. And to find the leftovers, we use the modulus operator, which gives us the remainder after 50 is evenly divided by 6. Running the cell, we get 8 and 2. This means that we can fully fill 8 boxes with 2 cupcakes left over. And that makes sense. 8 times 6 is 48, plus the 2 leftovers gets us back to 50. Floor division and modulus always work together like this. Floor division tells you how many times something evenly fits, and modulus tells you what's left over. Awesome, those are the solutions to our practice exercises. So far in your Python journey, you've worked mostly with numbers, but Python supports a bunch of other data types like text and lists, so if you want to learn more about those types, we've left videos linked in the description. We're working on lots more Python explainer videos like this one, so be sure to subscribe so that you don't miss out. If you have any questions or topics that you'd like to learn more about, let us know in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you. Thanks for watching!